Okay, so this is video 2 of whatever I'm calling these 2 videos. I'm guessing it'll be called something like Warhammer Noob reacts to Blackstone Fortress, because that's what it is. Just to summarize here, I am into the lore of Warhammer and have been delving into it over the last maybe year. While I work on stuff, I'll have like a Lewitton video or an Oculus Imperator video playing, and they just tell the story so well and everything, so they're really good to listen to. So I just have them going while I work, and I've just learned a hell of a lot about 40k in particular over this last year. And I haven't played the game, and but through listening to all the lore, I came up with an idea for a faction, just like I imagine a lot of you guys probably do. I've seen a lot of painting videos and stuff as well, and I see a lot of people come up with their faction stuff, which is, I think, one of the best things about this. Oh, shit's going off. About 40k, I think it's one of the best aspects, is just the sheer vastness of it. Allows you really to do whatever you want. It just opens up so much. But anyway, basically I started looking into things like miniature box sets and things like that, and I came across Blackstone Fortress, which had solo play, and it also had a few miniatures in it which would actually relate to one of the factions that I want to set up. So I decided to buy this and do a reaction video because, again, I have not played the game and I don't know how it works and everything. Now, I know this is not Warhammer 40k. This plays completely differently. Number one, it's solo play. But I've watched battle report videos on 40k, so I know the general gist of how that works. I don't know the details. I haven't seen any of the cards or the moves and stuff, and I'm usually playing it while I'm working, so I'm not really paying attention to the details, but I know the general gist, and I know this ain't it. So I figured I'd do a reaction video and sort of dip my toe into one aspect of the actual game side of things, because I am not a board game player, and this is really intriguing. So last video I did all the unboxing, and I made some predictions and some guesses as to what these things were that I was pulling out. That was about 3 weeks ago, and I've been busy since, so I haven't really had much time to do this, to sit down and work to actually get it out. But I've read all the rule books, the little extra story, the background video, background booklet, and all that type of stuff, and the rule booklet and all that. And I am, gotta say, I'm not that much more clued in, but I'm a little bit more clued in. I've got a basic idea of how it works, and I'll recite it now before I actually play. But I realize it's going to take me actually playing it to actually learn it for real. How I perceived it last video, the prediction I made was that I sort of called it a procedural map which sort of builds as we go. That's only partially right. See, I was thinking maybe, I've got these here because I'm going to go talk about the miniatures in a minute, but and I'm not going to explain too much because I imagine every one of you guys are all over this. I know this is several years old, and people who watch reaction videos tend to be people who have already seen the movie or seen played the game and so forth. So I won't be explaining too much. It's more for my recitement benefit. But when I saw these, I was thinking initially, because I know nothing about this. I haven't purposely avoided reading as much as I could because I wanted to learn in this actual video. But when I saw these, what I thought it might have been was you start at an entrance and then you roll and you place the things as you roll, or pick cards or whatever as you roll. And that kind of is how it works, but they do it all in one go. That you pull out a card and you get an entire layout set up, and the enemies are already revealed, or at least that's what I gather from it anyway. I'll find out, but so yeah, I was trying to figure out how that would actually work procedurally, but this makes obviously a lot more sense. I also really like it. I like the idea. I'm wondering whether this is original, or whether you guys could let me know if there are other older games that maybe prototype this first and these guys just sort of borrowed the concept, and all, because it's quite unique. I mean, for me, because again, I'm not a board game player. This is the first I've ever seen something like this, and I love it. I love innovation in all things. I love difference in all things. So yeah, cool. Also, reading the background booklet and well, not so much the little mini story, but reading the background booklet obviously also really does help to place it into context. I'll talk about that actually. I really like the actual setting of it. Obviously, there's the Blackstone Fortress, and this one has been found in a far remote region of space, and it's surrounded by a whole absolute quagmire of ancient ruined ships from counting ancient, like thousands of years at least. And they've all been sort of destroyed and broken up, and they've all been essentially attracted to this thing. So these explorers have sort of parked their main ships out beyond range, I guess, of this cloud of ruin, and they've disembarked via smaller shuttles which can navigate through, and they've come across a place called Precipice, which is essentially, it's sort of like a space Hulk, which has been sort of appended. I don't know if it's directly appended to the Blackstone Fortress, or it's within the vicinity, but it's very close, and they've essentially just turned it into this spaceport, where people from all over, all Xenos races, everything, have come in there, have agreed to throw their differences aside in the interests of finding out what the fuck this thing is, and they're working together, and they're going in to try and find archaeotech and discover what this thing is. So that obviously explains why there are all different character types and Xenos types within the party themselves, and I was right in my suspicion that all the player or players all are part of the same party and they work together. Because my assumption was that whatever mechanic you work out for one, it tends to be just a multiplication of that in order to add more players. So if they're setting up for one, then they're obviously going to have to work out a way of controlling the hostiles through dice and cards or something like that. It can't be a hostile player. There is option for a hostile player in this if you're playing 5-player, but I'm not quite sure exactly what they do. I'm guessing they just roll the dice, I suppose, and decide where to move, but there's not going to be much space on any of these, so there's not going to be much option for them, so I can't imagine a hostile player having too much fun. Anyway, so over the last 3 weeks I've been reading this stuff up. Actually, it's probably 2 weeks actually. It's not that long. And I've modeled up all these. And okay, so I gotta say, I've got them separated out here via the rules to set up the game. Like, these guys are here are the ones I'm going to be facing in this first expedition. These are the ones I will return to the box before I play. And I'll flip this over and use this for the dice rolls. I'm guessing. I think, yeah, I'm going to be moving this around as I go, and I hope I have enough room here. I don't know if I do. This game works in terms of expeditions. So the player, in the lore, the explorers get into a maglev, I guess, elevator or something, this thing, and only 4 of them go at a time per expedition, and they get I think they put in a code or something, and I think they're just sort of just guessing the codes to begin with, and they're getting sent to some place within the Blackstone Fortress, and they're showing up, and the portals or the maglev elevator or whatever shuts down for anywhere between an hour and weeks. So it's just not worth them waiting to take it back. So essentially, they go there, and they've got to find the way out. And then once they've gotten through, and when they've found 4 clues and architect, I'm not sure of the numbers of the architect, I'll see that in a minute. But if they find a certain quota of a certain checklist of items, then they can come back to the actual precipice, which is sitting up the front there. And that essentially ends the expedition. When they're in the precipice, they can then trade, visit each other's ships, and trade resources, and I think heal wounds and things like that. I will get to that. It comes in an actual separate booklet here that I'll get to at the end. This video, I'm going to do one expedition. I know that this game, I have no idea how long this is going to be. I don't know whether an expedition is going to be a couple of hours, or I have no idea, honestly. So I'm going to play one expedition, and then I'm probably going to give you an impression by the end of that expedition, and then I'm going to play the rest offline. And what happens offline, what happens with the rest of the game, is you go back through multiple expeditions until you essentially do like a last level, or like a mini last level. They're called strongholds, which are set layouts with I guess sort of end level boss style layouts, and you got to knock out 4 of those before you're able to go to the secret vault, which is a level, which that's the end level basically. So you've got to do multiple expeditions in order to unlock a stronghold. You got to do 4 of those, and then you get to go do the vault. And then when you do the vault, you can unwrap this thing, which I'm guessing is the actual layout for the vault. I'm not sure. I've purposefully not looked at any of these cards on the back. I mean, I've seen in the rule books they've got the examples and stuff, but that's it. I've purposefully avoided looking at the back of everything because I want to find out in the video. So, okay. Yeah, so this video, yeah, again, I have no idea what to expect. I have no idea how long an expedition is going to work. I don't know what's under these cards, what they're going to tell me, what they're going to be worth, what they're going to do. As you can see, I'm just rambling. I'm sort of winging the entire thing at the moment because this is a complex game, I've got to say, and I really appreciate it. I've actually got a coffee tonight, even though it's getting late, because I'm not expecting to go to bed anytime soon. But yeah, we'll find out. The modeling, the getting to the miniatures and things, I want to talk about these for a bit, because these are the first miniatures I've really looked at for maybe 20 years. And man, have these come a long way. Like, holy shit. Like, I knew they were detailed because, again, I've seen videos and things, but you just don't really appreciate them, how detailed they are. But just, I'm really impressed with how well they fit together and how easy it was to actually fit all these things together. I never really had any trouble with any of them. There's only, I think, there's only a gap in one of them. Actually, no, that one was fine. There, I remember there's a gap in one of them somewhere, which kind of pissed me off. Maybe it was one of these guys. But I got rid of a lot of most of the visible mold lines, but there are a few more I'll have to get rid of. I bought a little modeling knife kit and my expensive Tamiya snips and stuff. Totally worth it. Loved them. Oh, how I did them was I did it in basically 3 rounds of maybe 2 to 3 hour sets, three days in a row. I did the characters first. I then did the Obsidious, is that his name? The main bad guy, his little sprue, and one of the major sprues. I did that the next day, and then the last sprue after that. I should have done it in the opposite direction. My techniques certainly improved over that time. Even with just these miniatures, I noticed a considerable improvement with what I was doing. I knew to not cut the sprue too close, but I was hitting the knife to get the little tag off, hitting the knife a little too hard initially, and I was taking off a bit too much on some of them, and I had to sort of scrape down and level it out. But towards the end, I was just simply going real light, just letting the sort of rounding around outside the little tag. So rather than just sort of doing that, I was just sort of sawing it around, and that was just coming off really lightly and leaving very little behind. So my technique has I am a better modeler now than I was a week or so ago, which is great. So yeah, I kind of wish I didn't do the characters first, but I didn't make any major flaws. Like I don't think there was any major problems with any one of them. I love these characters, like I was about to say. Especially these two, the two zealots, or the two sort of, what's his name? Tadeus the Purifier and Pius Vaughn. Oh, I love these guys because that's one of the coolest things about 40k, right? Is all the whole zealotry and the ecclesiarchy and all that type of stuff, and just how crazy people are. This guy has, in his backstory, I think, unless I made it up, but I'm pretty sure in his backstory, he's learned about the Blackstone Fortress through hearing a guardsman talk about rumors, and he's freaked out and called him a heretic for some reason and had him burned, and then he's gone out and found the Blackstone Fortress himself, and which is pretty perfect, I think. And this is just some crazy chick who he basically picked up along the way. Like some guy was getting burned, and he escaped, and she caught him and either held him into a fire or something, but she burned all her hands and her face as well. But her zealotry is so strong that she sort of kept with it and everything. And this guy basically just went, "Yeah, I like your style, girl. You know, you're with me now." And so they're just a couple of crazy psychopaths scouring the galaxy, along with all the other crazy psychopaths scouring the galaxy in this universe. This one, the robot, what's his name? It's just a number. UR025. So this guy is, because when I did the unboxing, I knew that the AI is a big deal in the universe, in the lore. So I was wondering how they were working this out. But it turns out this guy is hiding and disguising himself as a robot, as an Imperial robot, as in like one of those Mechanicus robots. But that doesn't make any goddamn sense to me. I don't know how he managed to pull that off, because like those Mechanicus robots, they've got a tech priest or whatever with them, right? Like they're actually always controlling. So the data set that his tech priest would have had to have worked out in order to be able to pull off getting this guy to fly out to an unknown region, into an unknown fortress, in order to go into this ever-changing layout and find archaeotech, which they don't know is there, they don't know what it is, for him to then bring it out and then trade with other explorers. Like, that's one hell of a coder, this tech priest is. And like, I'm just sort of seeing these guys sort of sitting at the bar, looking at this, and like this guy's just sitting at the bar with them. Oh, that was a rough one, wasn't it? You know, and he's talking with them. These guys must like, wait, is this guy for real? Like, who coded you? And oh no, he was a genius. Oh, was he a genius? Do you think he was a genius? Yeah, oh, he was great. So you feel that he was the greatest coder ever? Yeah. Bang. Turing test failed. As in, he passed the Turing test, so he failed. Simple as that. Like, because I'm not seeing him being able to pull this off. But anyway, Warhammer 40k. That's how it works, right? I've selected these four over the other guys because I just wanted to, because you can only take 4 in at a go. I've got the robot guy, I've got the navigator, Esbern Locano, I've got what is it? Giannis Drake, the rogue trader, and I've got Armelin Shadow Guard, the Eldari there. And I figured that would be, not knowing what's to come, I figured that would be a good balance between sort of tank, a psyker, a sort of a melee, because he's a fencer apparently, like in his book here, he's a bit handy with the sword. And I figured she'd be a range, like a sniper. But she's also got a considerable sword, so I guess that's pretty good too. I'll get these other guys in one of the next expeditions, because you can bring in, you can swap them out anytime you want. But anyway, so I'm going to get started, I suppose. Again, I don't know what to expect. I might be here for hours. I might be here for 15 minutes. I seriously doubt it'll be 15 minutes. Because every single thing that happens, I'm going to be reading this for, so it's definitely not going to be 15 minutes. But so I'll get started, and I'll talk it through as I go, I suppose. Like, yeah, there's not really much else to say. So, okay, wish me luck. Okay, so I think I've got it all laid out fine. I mean, I don't have it laid out as they've got it laid out. They've got it all. Place this specifically onto the left, place this on the right. So, yeah, that ain't happening. I've got all my character cards with all the right dice on here for the 4 that I'm taking in with me. I've got all my little counters. I got this thing. Don't know what that is. It's got to do with combat, apparently. I'll find out how that goes. Encounter cards, all shuffled, and I think I had to pick out a certain, I can't remember, I had to pick out a certain number and then shuffle them together. Yeah, and this is the precipice up the top here with all the cards picked out right, and the ships on the side, and all the cards there. I can't imagine I'm going to use that many resource cards in this first expedition, but we'll find out. I've got all my miniatures there and all the board pieces. Dice across there, my sight thing, line of sight marker, and my 4 guys who have just entered the, whatever it is, Blackstone Fortress, I suppose, via their maglev elevator thing. I guess I will be rolling in there, because I can't really roll on this thing. So yeah, I'm going to start playing. Hopefully this is going to be enough space. I think it will be. Hope it will be. It seems as though the cards are going to pretty much tell me what happens. Because, yeah, there's not much, I've got to say, in this rulebook, which was actually good. Because of that. Because it sort of let me know that, oh, okay, this is going to be quite an intuitive, even though it's very complex, and there's so many different types of cards and different stages and so on, it does, like all these, all have different, the red lines and the white lines, and the white lines are a couple points, and the red lines are like you can't shoot through there. Yeah, and destiny dice. What the? No idea. I'm guessing these 4 per character card are the ones that I roll to actually hit and fight and stuff. Actually, no, those are. That's right. That's right, because 1 arrow is a success, 2 is a critical success, and the blanks are a fail. That's right. So yeah, I don't know what those ones are for then. Might be to avoid wounds and things, maybe. Yeah, I don't know how this thing works. With the one, it's got 4 stages. Again, I did read it, but I have to wait until to see it in context. That's the only way it's going to happen. So let's do it. All right. Okay, so this starts with, it's got 3 steps. It's got the exploration step, the recovery step, and the leader step. Exploration step. The leader determines what the explorers discover by revealing the top card of the exploration deck. That one. Okay, up there. That's right, and that had, I think it was combat cards and challenge cards. And those are the layout of this. So when I pick up, I've shuffled them. So I think I had to pick out 4 of each and then shuffle them in. And then when I pick out one, it's going to tell me the layout, what I have to put down there. And also, I'm guessing that the enemies as well. So that's cool. All right. Yeah, challenge cards, combat cards. Alright. Recovery step. Roll is made for each explorer that is out of action, wounded. And then the leader step. In the leader step, the leader marker is placed to the next player. Okay, that's irrelevant. Okay, so in my game then it's obviously going to be exploration step and recovery step, and then it's just going to be those two. Exchanging cards. In the leader step, the explorers can exchange with each other or give away discovery cards, resource cards, and stronghold artifact cards. Okay, well maybe I do need the leader step then. I don't know how much exchanging of resources and things I'm going to be doing in this, considering I'm the only one playing. I'll find out. Should I have chosen resources? Like I'm guessing I get resources in this first expedition, and then I take it back and no, I get the no, that's right. I get the archaeotech, and I take that back to the ship, and I exchange it for resources. Yep. At the end of a combat, we will have many combats, many combats. And at the end of one of these combats, all of the explorers are out of action, so that's a foul condition. Or an explorer dies. Well, okay, so if they're all out of action, are they not dead? Because how do they get back if they're out of action? When an expedition ends, the explorers return to the precipice where they can heal, deliver. Okay, so I guess even though they are out of action, I suppose out of action doesn't necessarily mean you're dead. It could be just like you're done with it. Maybe you're wounded and you're sort of limping back, maybe something like that. I don't know. Discovery markers are used, which are these ones. Discovery markers are used during combat to mark the hexes in which hostiles are deployed. Oh no, it must be something in the actual cards themselves then. Maybe I should grab the card first and then progress. Okay, well I'll start here because I might be jumping ahead. Okay, the explorers have entered one of the Blackstone Fortress's maglev transport chambers and typed an access code into its control panel. The chamber lurches into motion, taking the explorers to an unknown location somewhere deep inside the fortress. Their objective is to discover 4 clues and return safely to Precipice. Alright. So I'll start with the exploration step, which is basically taking one of those cards. Because it doesn't really tell me, and hopefully that's going to tell me what to do, because I'm already lost, and I haven't even started yet. Okay, well. First card, exploration, combat. Alright, so I got to lay out one of those. So it's my combat card that I got here, and I've got to figure out what all that means. I think that's going to be enough space. I think it will. I think I'll be alright. Alright, I'll make this up, and hopefully that will tell me what to do, because I have no idea. Okay, so if they're all like this, then I have nailed the size. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm confident that I will be able to play this game. I'm guessing some of them might be a bit bigger, like the strongholds or whatever. But yeah, that's cool. That's really good. But now what? Okay, so I've got this now. I have no idea what to do. So I'm going to have to spend some time reading through this again. I thought I had it all in mind, but obviously not. I think I have to draw, because it's got these numbers. Okay, so it's got these 2, 1, 3 here, which I think I remember reading has got to do with enemy layout. And I think it might have to do with these encounter cards here. I think if I lift that, it's going to have like a 1 or 2 or something, and it's going to show me the enemies to put down on there. But I was assuming it was going to tell me on these cards or something, but I guess not. Obviously it's part of one of the steps that I've missed in reading. I did actually read this book, but I was doing a lot of things, so I guess it just went over my head. So I'll read it up again and I'll see how it works. Okay, yeah, I was right. So I've got to now draw from the encounter deck, and that's going to give me the layout of whatever corresponds to those numbers there. So, so the first one. No, okay, yep, all right. Yep. Okay, so yeah, as I thought, it says 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I do remember seeing this image in the book, but I didn't know. I forgot that it was a card. Anyway, so yeah, so I've got to lay down. Yeah, I'll put them side by side. So I've got to lay down 4 negative cultists in the 1 square, 3 negative. What? I've only got 4. So I'm setting down 11 of these fuckers, and I've only got 4 models. How does that work? No. Well, I guess it's whichever one comes first, I suppose. Which is 3, which is going to be 4 of them. All right, so I'll just do that. All right. We'll just roll with it. Because how do you know when they become alert? I guess when they're in line of sight. Line of sight. They're all in. No, they're not all in line of sight because it's got the red. Okay. I think I might have done something wrong. I might have missed some pretty serious step. But anyway, I think you need to set up. I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure you need to set them all up close to the player, but within cover. So I won't set them up there because they're going to be inside. So I guess I'll set them up behind. I'll double check. But yeah, I think I need to go to the combat book. And these are their cards. These are their stat cards or whatever. I'll put them here. Okay, so they've actually got this very card in the example here. See, they've got and then they're calling it primary, secondary, tertiary, and quaternary encounter, which I've never heard. I mean, it makes perfect sense. So, pentamary and hexanary. I don't know. They were words, but all right. They wouldn't put past Games Workshop to start making up their own language, but it makes perfect sense. So yes. All right. So yeah, I guess it just happens one at a time. But when? That's my question. Is like if my guys surely my guys can see through up to there, which is where the second one is. So, maybe not. But anyway, like these guys are going to be sort of converging here, and my guys are going to be getting here and being able to see. So when do they get exposed? One. So they actually show up in this block here. That's obviously something. See, they're up here. Oh wait, no, one. Ah, wait. Okay, no, that's number one. So, alright, so these guys aren't even visible here. What the hell? I don't know what the hell's going on. How does that work? So when do these guys show up then? These guys are the third encounter. Oh man, I'm lost. I'm lost and I haven't even started this game yet. Like, I'm gonna have to read this again. This is gonna be a long night, man. I'm not gonna finish this game for a while. Okay, so anyway. Illustrated on the previous page. Both of these encounter cards. I only have one. Okay, right. Gotcha. This is this thing here. Fucking Jesus. I thought I read this, but like I said, doing it in context, it just everything is out the window. Alright, so I'm gonna have to just read through this in one go again, and what the? So do I have to draw two then? What the fuck? Combat cards require. So am I supposed to draw one of each? Maybe they're not supposed to be, but they've only got. See, this is what's throwing me off here. This is their layout here. They've only got one pack of encounter cards there, and I'm presuming, which is what I've got here. They've also got one little initiative card stacked there, but they in the rules they said to divide them up between the hostile group and the character cards. So that's different as well from the rules. So that sort of threw me off. And they also said to place them face up as well, which they're not in this photo. So okay. But yeah, so am I supposed to? They've just got two. Man, I am lost. I am lost. So when do I move? When do those guys get revealed? When does this happen? Over my head, man. It's completely gone. I just gotta keep reading, I guess. Start of a combat using the first combat card and both of the encounter cards. It didn't say to draw fucking two encounter cards. Exploration cards are split into two types. Challenge cards. Oh wait, this is encounter card. Fuck. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. This is killing me. Alright, so encounter cards. Alright. But where are they? Where do they show up? Alright, so I guess what happens is like I screwed up and I thought that was I got encounter and exploration mixed up. And yeah. So it didn't tell me to actually draw. Yeah, it told me to draw that one. And then I think I just winged it. I can't remember what I did, but I just winged it and thought, okay, well I guess I have to draw this now. But I guess what I have to do is now just the moment I pull a combat card, then I just gotta go straight to this book and do what this book does. And then when this is over, then I return to that. Yeah, so it's got encounter cards are used to determine which hostiles have been encountered by the explorers. Each encounter lists 4 types of encounters. which correspond to the discovery markers shown on the combat card. Each encounter either lists a group of one or more hostile miniatures referred to as a hostile group in the following rules, or a special rule referred to as a twist in the following rules. God help me if I get a twist somewhere, because that's going to throw me way the fuck off. I can't even figure this shit out. The start of a combat using the first combat card. So I have to draw two? Like, where the fuck? It doesn't tell me to draw one or two. Battlefield in which the combat will be fought. Okay, so that's done. And it just comes down to tell you what the encounter cards are. But it doesn't actually tell you how to... Maybe it probably tells you later on in this. It's just sort of telling you what they are. Battlefield creation. Alright, so it probably tells me it's somewhere in here. Sure as fuck doesn't say it in here. Expedition. Discovery markers. See, it's just talking about discovery stuff. Exchanging cards. How did any of you guys figure this shit out? Like, I mean... I guess you probably read the book, maybe? Maybe that's what you did. Like, it's probably right in front of me. Okay, so battlefield creation. How many times I have to fucking learn this? Discovery markers. The location of the discovery markers are shown. Oh, wait. Have I misinterpreted? Is that what I've done? So those are, I don't think those are actual. I think they're these things. Okay. Location of the discovery markers are shown on the right. Okay, so that's, yeah, gotcha. Nope, it's not. I was, fuck. That's got to be those numbers then. Why the fuck did they make the initiative logo exactly the fucking same? Oh, wait. Okay, wait. So maybe, maybe I drew that too early then. Because maybe I'm supposed to move in and get to that and then draw. And then it'll tell me. Maybe I should read the fucking book. Maybe I should do that. Alright, give me some time. I'm going to read through this and then I'll be right with you. Okay, so apparently I can change the hexes that they occupy. So I'm going to put my bruiser tank, the robot, in the first hex with Drake. Is that right? That's right. And no, I'm still not any clearer on what I have to do, but I did work that out. So continue on. So the player draws one card from the encounter deck for each discovery marker shown on the combat card. So I draw 3. So okay, right. So I wonder if those might be waves then. The 1, 2, 3, and 4. No. That corresponds. Right, hang on, okay. I might have worked this out, maybe. Because it said it said whatever the hell it is. Okay, to do so, the player draws one card from the encounter deck for each discovery marker. So obviously there's 3, and so I'm drawing 3 of them. 3 of them here, 1, 2, 3. Now it did also say draw each card one at a time, deploying the hostiles shown on it before drawing the next card. The one encounter on the first card shows which hostiles are to be deployed. So if that was obviously number 2, then I would be doing number 2 Yeah, okay, so 1 at a time. 2, 5 Trader Guardsmen. 3, 6 Trader Guardsmen. So, alright, so I'm guessing with each of these 1, I'm only doing that and these guys never show up. So it's only that, that, and that. Okay, that makes a bit more sense. I still don't understand. See, I was expecting that was an enclosed cover point, and all. So are they placed inside or outside? Like, are they? I know, because that's like a block or something, isn't it? So I guess it means they're placed around. So I wonder if they can hop that or not. I'll have to read up as to whether they can hop those. I guess they can. I mean, I'll check before I do anything, but yeah. All right. So this is making more sense now. Pure user error on my part, and yes, I will keep that in the video because I gotta own up to my own bullshit. All right. So perhaps they may have been able to break down in terms of the actual booklets and layouts. I think a process card might have helped to say, I mean, they have, it is all in process, but if they had just a straight sort of checklist of to progress through, do this, referring to this booklet, do this, referring to that booklet, you know, I think this is probably so damn complex that this is the best they've obviously play tested the hell out of this in the development of it. Obviously had people play it and go through it, so this is likely, like, I've worked in games development as a designer and doing play tests and all that type of thing, and writing tutorials is a pain in the ass. So I'm going to give them all the benefit of the doubt here and lay the blame on me. But I still think they could have done this maybe a bit differently. Separating the two booklets and not having one place which has a united progression is the thing that's throwing me off here. In fact, I'd say that's definitely the thing that's throwing me off here, because I didn't know then when to stop reading. There was no point where it said when to stop reading this booklet and jumping to this one, because it just says the exploration step, recovery step and stuff, but obviously the combat happens in there. And so yeah, I think they needed, I mean, now that I've figured it out, they don't need it at all, but maybe for new players or just dumbasses, they need to just lay it out straight up front. You do this, refer to this booklet, do this, refer to that booklet, so on, you know. I think that might have improved things, but anyway. So, continuing on then. Right, so the first guy, which is what, the four negavolt cultists, first guy must be put into this square, hex, whatever. I'm pretty sure you can fit 2 in those, but I'll double check that in a sec. And once the hostiles have been deployed. Okay, so there is a size thing. I know. Okay, so I've got the negavolt cultists. Hex limit, 3 smalls, 2 small and 1 large, 2 large. Okay, so yeah, so 2 large can be fit into this. And I guess I'll just do this, because these two are both in behind cover. This guy's not in cover though. they said to put him in the cover. This guy's got a straight line, but that's the option. Like, just look. Right, so they say to put him in cover, but this dude here is screwed because I'm gonna nail him straight away because he's not in. He's got no way of getting in cover. He can't because this red line here. This red line going around the hex, that's the cover point there and there. So yeah, I don't know what he's going to do because I think he's fucked. I'm fine with that, but all right. But I'll set up the others. So 5 trader guardsmen. It doesn't say which ones. I'll just sort of pick randomly, I guess. I'll go these. What was it? 5, I think. These 2, these 5. Also, there's these guys, right? The sergeants or whatever. They stronger, or are they? Like, it doesn't say which ones. Or maybe it does. Maybe I just need to read the fucking book. Oh, and I screwed up because those guys are number 1. Right, so this is a bit concerning because this dude has a grenade and he's very close. So I wonder if one of my guys has a grenade. That would be helpful. Okay, so this is what I've laid out. These guys are behind cover. These guys aren't. He's 3. Well, this dude isn't anyway. I think this guy is. But,
I didn't get that.
No, Siri. So, these guys are in cover, but you see, it said to pack them in to, or at least the first guy it said to pack in definitely into the first square hex, which is this one. But also they can fit in 3 guys. So I packed in 3 guys and 1 there behind this cover and these 2 behind this cover. They've obviously got a, oh, wait, maybe no, I don't have him. But anyway, so these guys behind cover, that guy's screwed. He's the grenader. So yeah, he's screwed. But anyway, so these guys are fine. These other guys up here, they're all, yeah, they're way out. So cool. I will be playing this for a year, dude. Like, Jesus. It's been over an hour and I haven't even rolled a fucking dice yet. Jesus Christ. Now it is my fault, partially, not mostly, but still. Take the cards, shuffle them and place them face down below the combat track. Any initiative cards not included in the deck are placed one side at a time being. Okay, right, that's making sense now. So I don't have a 4, so I'm placing that aside. I am shuffling all these, and that tells you the order that everyone goes in. Okay, well that's starting to make sense now. Take these cards, shuffle them, and place them face down below the combat. So just all in a row like that, I guess. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, so that's not enough. All right. Okay. So I've got to set along here. These are all the turn phases here. I'm 8's missing because that's 4, because I don't have a 4 anywhere in here. Alright, so that's cool. So this is how it goes along. This is cool, I like this. Yeah, anyway. I'm glad I got a coffee. Because I need that coffee. And I might even need another one. The combat can now begin. Alright, fight to combat. I get to roll dice. Alright, a combat. It's so odd reading that way. Shouldn't it just be combat is fought over the series? I suppose because they're defining it as these separate phases following series. Alright, because they're defining them as these separate phases, combat phase, which they actually don't. Explode, yeah, right. Because they're actually defining them. Oh no, because it's a combat, it's a card. That okay, I get it. Yeah, because you're drawing multiple combats, plural. All right. The same pattern of 4 phases. The destiny phase. I guess that's got to do with the destiny dice, whatever the hell that means. The initiative phase, the activation phase. I guess initiative phase is when I pull that up. Activation phase is probably when it goes to actions on. And the event, oh no, the event phase would be that. Okay, we'll figure it out. When the event phase is over, a new turn begins. Okay, sure, and it starts there. The combat ends once all the explorers are located in a hex, in a maglev transport escape chamber, or all of the explorers are out of action. But I'm already in, and there's no other. Once all of the explorers are located in a hex, in a maglev transport escape chamber, but there is no second escape chamber. Oh no, hang on, yeah, so I've got to go out, find the shit. When does that come in? It's probably got to do with the dice and shit. So I've got to go out and find the 4 clues or whatever, or if I want to call it quits, then I come back to the escape chamber, to this one. Okay, gotcha. All of the explorers are out of action, and I guess the enemies pick them up and carry them to the escape chamber and send them on their way. Alright, so destiny phase. I'm guessing got to do with the destiny dice, which are the black ones up there. In the destiny phase, the leader must make a destiny roll, my first roll. To do so, they roll the 5 destiny dice, there are 5, and then put any dice that show a unique number in the available destiny dice space of the precipice board. Any other dice, doubles, triples, and so on, are put in the discarded destiny dice space at the top there. Okay, because it's basically, right, so that's it there. At the top there, they've got a blue triangle and a red triangle. So if I roll it, and if I get doubles, then I put them in the discarded, the red bit, and I hang on to the unique ones. How'd they come up with this? Anyway, base, see destiny dice on page 8. Alright, don't actually tell me what that is. I mean, I guess I have to go to page 8. In this book, it says to go, if I can get to zoom, to focus. So it says destiny phase to do it there, and then it just immediately jumps up to the initiative phase. So, but it doesn't actually say what it does when you roll this. So I guess I have to read that paragraph, roll the dice, then go to destiny on page 8, which I can't see, and then come back. I'll just do it, and I'll see what the fuck they're talking about. Alright, so I'm making my first roll. Lord. Okay, so, my first roll, what have we got? 4, 6, 2 2s, and a 1. Right, so I guess that's the destiny phase, and I'll find out what the hell I actually did that for in these next coming steps. So, with the destiny phase complete, the initiative phase begins. Decided. The initiative phase is has on the activation track of their character card. Okay, so it's these 4. It's these 4 here. these 4 spaces. Maybe I make one. Oh no, the one's got 3. Okay, 3. Right. Okay. Alright, so the robot has 3. Because he's acting like a robot, right? He's not an AI. I only have 3. I'm not smart enough to have 4. Oh, okay, so wounds replace those. So they sort of cancel out one. This will be 4 dice per wounds. See page 14 of the rules booklet back there. Space on the track without changing the result of the roll. Alright, well, we'll do that. And find out what that actually is. Alright, so I'm doing it for Hamelin. Actually, I'll start from. Yeah, I'll just do it for. So Hamelin Shadow Guide. She does 4 rolling. I won't record every roll because, you know. Okay, so I've got a 5, 3, 4, and a 4. So 5 and a 3. I don't think there's any particular order that you have to put those in. Oh, unless I have to roll them there. Maybe that's what I have to do. Maybe like rolling a separate. Oh, for each dice. Yeah, okay. So I have to roll them separately for each one. All right. These are all of them. I have a feeling that this guy's in trouble, but we'll find out. Ugh, God, I should have done this during the day. But the reason why I didn't is because where I've just got birds out there, and leaf blowers, and it's just ridiculous. I can't record during the day. But anyway, so initiative. Yeah, so they should be facing up. Okay, so the robot goes first. Navigator second. Hostile group 1. Hostile. Gotcha. Hostile 2. Giannis and Amelin. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. Alright. Okay, so this dude goes first, which is probably really lucky because he doesn't have much going on here. So it's probably, and he's up front as well. So I'm guessing he might have just lucked out. I don't know what this means yet, but the fact that these two get to go first, and I'm hoping, I don't know what these guys can do yet, but I'm hoping the Navigator has some serious area of effect with his psych abilities, because I know he's a psyker. So I'm hoping that's going to really fuck these guys up. And these guys don't get to go until the second hostile turn. So I'm hoping they're really screwed in that first hit. We'll find out. In this step, 2 explorers that are visible to each other can swap the positions of their initiative cards on the combat track. No, I'm actually going to keep it the way. Although, no. Oh no, wait, what am I saying? I thought that was the Navigator who was there. It's actually Giannis who's there. So maybe I will swap those two out. See, I haven't read their abilities, because I sort of purposefully avoided reading their abilities. But I'm wondering who's, because I'm presuming Giannis is more of a pistol and rapier, so he's more of a close quarters guy. I kind of want Volcano to go to swap with him. Force Orb Kane, the third eye. So the third eye, I know from the lore, if that's like that can kill people. So I don't know if it's an area of effect thing. Range 2 to 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, okay, you can't even hit it. So, oh no, wait. Oh, that depends on rolls. Okay, right. So the range depends on rolls. Force orb cane 2. I'm lost. I'm lost. I'll get to that. So maybe I will stick to Giannis then. God, this is insane. Alright, change this fucking moth, seriously. Okay, so maybe I should put, so I don't think he's got the range. I need to define what those mean, so I might need to pull them aside. That's the activation phase. Okay. Gambits. In this step, the explorer is going to attempt one or more gambits. Alright, so yeah. So up on these cards here, they've got move 1, defense hex, which is the type of dice, I guess. Agility square, vitality hex. Alright, which I'm guessing has got to do with which happens on some of these dice somewhere. Nope. Oh God, what have I done? What have I done? Seriously, I this is just madness. I am lost. Okay. I was expecting it was going to be like basically like Warhammer. You aim it, you roll the dice, you kill the fucker. He rolls to whatever, and then all right. Okay. I think I might have the cards flipped up the wrong way. Because it's got an initiative side. Or inspired side, sorry. Yeah, I've got it up on the wrong way. Okay, alright. Well, this video is certainly going longer than I was expecting it was going to be. I'm not really sure what to do now, because this is... So I honestly don't understand what the fuck's going on. So these... Okay, initiative phase... Okay, so this is what's really throwing me off here, is what the fuck are these triangles? And look, I've just taken one of the characters cards that I'm not using just to use as a reference. And what are these triangles and shit? Because they're saying activation rolls for each of the... So the gambit or whatever. Okay, so in this step, the explorers can attempt one or more gambits. To attempt a gambit, the player who controls the explorer must first spend one of the activation dice on the explorer's character card. Okay, which are these things. And then roll the action dice corresponding to the explorer's agility value and look up the result below. Okay, so I spend one of those dice, so I pick up one of those dice, and then roll the action dice, which is that one, I guess. Oh no, wait, those are the action dice, aren't they, over there? To roll the action dice corresponding to the explorer's agility value. Where's the explorer's agility value? Agility says up there triangle. Hang on, first I gotta figure out which one the fucking action dice are. I'm guessing that's those ones. 12-sided action dice. Okay. So these are the action dice. These ones here. Right, so I've got triangle, critical, and then just space. And I'm guessing that's obviously the that there. That's blank. Triangle. So okay, so his agility is triangle. So like if I was to, I don't know, I'll put him aside because I'm not even using that guy, but so if I were to take one of Drake's dice, spend that, and roll it. No, I roll this. So what the fuck was I rolling the numbers? What difference does the numbers make? Yeah, it probably says. Alright, hang on. First spend one of the activation dice on the Explorer's character card, boom. And then roll the action dice corresponding to the Explorer's agility value and look up the results below. So Giannis's agility is triangle, so I'd have to try and hit a triangle. And if I got success, or if I failed, the Explorer's initiative card stays in the same position on the combat track. Success, swap the Explorer's initiative card with the closest hostile group initiative card. So, alright, so if I wanted to roll it for him, which I might, just to fucking see, then, which one do I success the Explorer's initiative card with the closest hostile group? So, if I nailed it, then I would swap with two, those guys. So he would go before them. So I may as well. I'll try it with both of them. Okay, so, alright, so I still don't know why I rolled the 2, the 6, the 5, and the 5. Like, what difference does that make? Shouldn't they just be markers? I mean, why are they dice? I'll reread it just in case that actually makes a difference. Critical success. Critical success. But how do you get a critical success if... Oh, so if I get an actual critical... So summit triangle... Oh wait, no, hang on, that doesn't make any sense. Because one of them, they've got square as well. Why is there a square option? Look, if you see, this dude's agility, it zooms in, is a square. Whereas other guys' agility, that's a square as well, and this guy's got a triangle. So, but there is no square on this dice. It's just the hex and the triangle. So what the fuck? And this is the action dice. I just looked it up. 12-sided action dice. Oh, 8-sided action dice. 6-sided action dice. Well, shit. Okay, so maybe... So, okay, right. So that's the color. So it matters. Alright, okay. So they're all three of them are called action dice. And so this guy uses, obviously, the grey D6. This one uses the hex. Yeah, okay, right. And so that corresponds to the success, the critical success, or the fail. Oh man, this is something. I'm thinking I might actually wrap up the video pretty soon and do a third video after all. But what I'll do is before I run the third video, I will fucking read through because it's very different reading through it in context as it was just reading through it. Because I still don't know why the fuck I rolled those dice. Like, what difference do those numbers mean? Because it's not saying anything. And I still don't know what the fuck the Destiny dice are either. Like, it says here, Destiny dice cannot be used to attempt gambits, but an explorer can attempt several gambits as long as an activation dice is spent for each gambit that they... So why did it even mention Destiny dice there? What the fuck are Destiny dice? Why did I what the fuck? Destiny dice, this is down here. Alright, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave this as is. This is insane. And I'm going to record again tomorrow. And it'll be a third video where after I've read through this shit in context, I'm going to have another go at it. Because this, I imagine this video, I mean the recording's obviously gone for over an hour, but editing through, I imagine it'll still be upwards around 40 minutes to an hour, which is insane. And I haven't even started the fucking game yet. So, but yeah, so, alright, so I'll do that. Man, okay. Well, I hope you've enjoyed watching me completely fuck around and get my ass kicked by this game. I'm supposed to do several expeditions, apparently find clues somewhere in here, somehow. I don't know where or when they show up. And then I'm supposed to head back and use this precipice thing, and then apparently use the Destiny dice for something. I've got to do this. I don't know what these tokens are for. Like, what the fuck are all these tokens? There's different tokens and shit. Like, this is mad, man. Like, I mean, and I haven't even... This is going to be an ongoing series, I think, and you're going to basically, you're going to watch the first video, and then you're going to watch the last one, and I'm going to have fucking grey hair and a scraggly beard. I'm going to be blabbering shit about Destiny dice and fucking AI robots and all into one, as if I'm not babbling already, you know. I mean, it's going to be quite an experience. It's going to be an experiment in psychological resilience. If I survive this, then I can do anything, basically. Tell me in the comments if you guys had half the fucking trouble, because obviously most of you guys are going to have experience with 40k and things, but this is not 40k. Like, I know this is not playing the same way, so tell me in the fucking... I'm wondering though, in other board games, whether they play the same way, with the same sort of using arrows and stuff. And like, some of you guys might be more experienced with the context here, whereas this is all new to me, obviously. But let me know in the comments if you guys were as fucking dead fucked as I am now with this. Because most of you guys probably would have been, I don't know if it would have been a benefit or a negative to have multiple people figuring this out for the first time. Because everyone would just be, no, Destiny dice, no, you gotta roll the action dice. Well, which one's the action? This is the action dice. No, they're all action dice. What the, you know, and why did we roll these white dice here? You know, I mean, did that have any relevance? I'm gonna sit down tomorrow, off camera obviously, and I'm gonna read these fucking books again from start to finish with it all laid out. I'm gonna be looking at it and fucking trying to figure it out, and I'll give you, when I start recording tomorrow, I'll give you I'll run down what yeah, hopefully what advancements I have made in the comprehension of this monstrosity that I have before me. So yeah, I'll leave the video there. Kill this freaking moth, which has been fucking with me the entire goddamn video. And yeah. Don't bother liking this video because it's no point really. I don't know why you'd want to subscribe and watch more of this, but you know, feel free to do that. I won't say any more. I'll just leave it. I guess that's it. Yeah, this video's done. All right. I'll see you in the third one and likely the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th as well. All right. Leave it there.